I've had two main careers in my life. The first one was flying fighters with the Royal Air Force, and the second one was as a management consultant. And I got to the point where I was looking for something different to pursue. Right at the outset, they helped everybody go back to basics and learn what would be a good learning style for them. Then you've got the structured approach, which the course is quite clearly based around. So you've got the building block approach for learning a bit and then consolidating it and learning more and moving on. Revisiting it as well, many opportunities to revisit what we were doing back in the first week of the first year. So you've got the staff here bringing their practical experience to bear, and nothing's better than bringing the subject to life than by having illustrative case studies brought out by the teaching staff during the course of a lecture.
I started off as a general practitioner, and I'd been in general practice for 23 years. Was a trainer and had developed various specialties. I felt that a lot of medicine was about putting a plaster on a wound and not really healing people. And it became more and more apparent to me that there were quite a few issues in medicine that we had no answers for. Short of giving a pill of some sort, we weren't doing much for the patients. So when I reached a magic age, I decided that I was going to come out and retrain, and did this course as part of that retraining.
In the first year, you're taught the very foundations of Chinese medicine, very fundamental basics to do with how the Chinese philosophies view the body and the substances within the body. Then you build on that in terms of being able to diagnose disharmony within those substances, and that builds throughout the first year, learning about the functions of organs. Second year becomes a lot more diagnosis based, so you've got your theory and then you're looking at how you can apply that. By the end of the second year, you're very confident at making a diagnosis in somebody, preparing you for a clinical period. The third, you start in the clinic, which is a really good period, applying everything that you've learned over the last 3 years.
Once you graduate out there, it can be very nerve-breaking, especially as a first-year practitioner. You treat new cases, you meet new patients. Sometimes it's not always easy. Sometimes you have to deal with quite difficult situations. And what I do is I carry certain college tutors in my head. When I deal with any difficult situations, let's step back here and let's just think what he or she would have done. Okay, I see somebody come into the clinic. I normally start with acupuncture. If the condition has been very chronic, then herbs come as a fantastic tool. To me, as an Asian person who was born and brought up in the environment, studying Chinese herbal was just natural next step.
I think it surpassed my expectations. I knew, because of the amount of acupuncture I've had over the years, what receiving a treatment is all about, but the way in which the course is structured, the spirit in which the class works together, the relationship with the staff, I think there are a number of things which have exceeded my expectations.